All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist. Watch out, I never switch.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Check, blue 60. Shoot.
Here's Ty Johnson, rookie six-rounder from Maryland. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Good job, D. That's right.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Stafford. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Takk McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. The open man is Shark. It's complete. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 44 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's Johnson. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Small. No. Stay 50, stay 50.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got them on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Ty Johnson, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
The Falcons take over. Come on, let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, 59, ready. 20.
Hey, seam 6.
Watch 98. Space. Check right.
Here's Ryan. Steps away to his left. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson, he's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set, lady. Too low.
This looks like a free play for Stafford. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll make the score 14-0. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
51, Sam! Any day. 198, watch 98. Hey, echo. Check. 198, watch 98.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Sharks got it left side. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Throwing a... And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Play action. Stafford. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40.
A gain of 15.
He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Watch two. Let's move on the hard. Move. What do you got?
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Set. 180. 42. Check. Mike 42. All day, just like that.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd
and we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
First and 10 at the 39.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
22! 198. Watch 98. 51. It's our field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A.J. Boye up to make the tackle.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. That one complete. He finds Sharp. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now a first down throw. Stafford eluding the pressure right. And his pass incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Again, they'll run with Freeman. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check, 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 check. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. X3, 218, chopper.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch out, go.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Check 50, check 50. Hey, South.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And this This has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Ready? Mike 25. Hey, Mike's 15. Mike's 15. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
To throw on third down, Ryan. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford escaping the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Stafford. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Blue 60. Runs the mic. Watch one. Watch one. Come on, D.
On first down, Stafford here. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
132 fighter.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And the ball is knocked out, and the Jags grab it. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Let's go.
The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Falcons take over first and 10
We got work.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. The throw over the middle, taken in, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down.
25.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's pick it up. It's our time.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the Jaguars' 45-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 45 on 2nd down, Ryan, this one complete to Mohamed Sanu. Touchdown, Falcons! Mohamed Sanu, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead now down to 20. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Go.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Flush to his right. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taken...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Ryan to throw. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Set the tone, defense. Go. Go. Defense, let's go.
Shotgun, Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hardy. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Eluding the press. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself, but it was 4th down, and the possession changes. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch one. Yeah. Joker. Like 7. Hey, give me radar. 24. White.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Deion Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
21. Rush in.
Back to throw. Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. The Falcons on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle to Smith. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
From the 44, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel down.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. So this will be a win.